The cryptocurrency markets have been getting absolutely demolished lately.
Like, I'm feeling a little irked, or at least like irked adjacent, and then these guys bring in their bad vibes? Bro, I'm straight up not having a good time.
Bitcoin took a huge dump to sub 20K, altcoins followed at an accelerated rate as they always do, DeFi's got wrecked, Ponzi's crumbled, rebasing tokens went to the graveyard, fake nodes plummeted into oblivion, FTM lost its founder, Celsius became insolvent, Terra Luna absolutely crashed, causing the highest APR stablecoin staking platform known to man to collapse. Coinbase decided to sell its users' information to the government, causing mass hysteria, and now KuCoin is coming under scrutiny and fire as being potentially insolvent due to the Terra Luna crash. Now, most of these things are true and some are open to interpretation. Is KuCoin really shutting down withdrawals and becoming insolvent due to the bank run that has ensued in precaution to this news? In this video, you will find out exactly how this happened, what caused it, the response from KuCoin itself, the future of the platform, and my thoughts and 2 cents on the topic. But before we get into that, if you like this type of content, make sure you smash that like button for me. If you find value, that subscribe button is your best friend, and boom! Bang on that notification bell so you can be alerted of stuff like this in the future. Let me know how you're feeling about this in the relevant comments section, and thank you so much for the love and support. Now, before we address the absolutely massive elephant in the room, KuCoin shutting down withdrawals, let's put some context behind this conversation. So how did this happen? So what many would consider, and rightfully so, some serious FUD, which is fear, uncertainty, and doubt, happened over the weekend surrounding KuCoin and its exchange withdrawal mechanisms and solvency. And solvency is the ability to pay out investors' principal balances without going out of business. A rather large Twitter influencer, Miles Deutscher, with 142,000 followers, took to Twitter and said this, hearing some rumors that KuCoin could be halting withdrawals in the near future. Apparently, they suffered immensely from the Luna collapse. If you have funds on KuCoin, consider withdrawing them. After all, it's better to be safe than sorry, given recent events. So this post actually received over 2,500 likes and over 500 retweets. This means that it reached way more than 142,000 people when you add up all the followers of the retweeters and the retweets on their posts respectively. This becomes an absolute spiraling effect. Then everybody took to Reddit and started going crazy in a bunch of threads about the speculation. This reached widespread panic very quickly. Articles were written, and within a couple of hours, I was already getting DMs in my private Discord, etc. So that leads us to this. What caused this to happen? This comes down to 100% market psychology, and this is something you need to familiarize yourself with. So there's this thing called manifesting, and another addition to that is the self-fulfilling prophecy. This essentially means that you can speak something into existence. The more someone sees something in their face, the more likely they are to believe it and react to it. The self-fulfilling prophecy comes next, where people have manifested this idea and spoken it into existence to the extent that the market participants start to act on it. Once the idea is planted and beat into people's heads, they start thinking, is this real? Probably not, but why take the chance? I'm going to start withdrawing now. Then more people start to prove the prophecy right because they start talking about withdrawing and witnessing others doing so. This is where the herd mentality kicks in and everyone else jumps on after the early movers. A cascade of news, sentiments, and withdrawals ensue. Now it forces KuCoin into a decision. Let it happen or do exactly what everyone said they were about to do and halt withdrawals, whether they plan to or not. It is very little known the reasoning behind the tweet or the Reddit articles, but one thing is for sure, they linked it to the Terra Luna disaster. It really doesn't matter what caused it, what matters is that it happened. Touching back on the self-fulfilling prophecy, the more the news gets picked up, whether it is true or not, the more people act and react. If enough people talk about it, it reaches the masses and it becomes take action time. Why take the chance? So people started withdrawing in troves. We will get more into that later. The millions were taken out of the KuCoin exchange in the matter of hours and trading volume suffered because of it. So if that is the case, how do you stop it? What was KuCoin's response to these allegations? So KuCoin obviously allowed withdrawals. Let's be real. I can confirm that because I was one of the play it safe people. Oh, Drew, you're such a wuss. In a technical sense, maybe, but I have a lot of people depending on me to make good decisions. So this was a play it safe scenario where I would rather be safe than sorry. This is literally what I did, and I imagine many others did the same. I pulled over $1 million out of KuCoin, draining our balances just to be safe for Wolfer Finance. I pulled out all of my funds from my personal KuCoin account as well. I then posted in our private Discord so that everyone knew we were being proactive. Now know this, I'm giving you the spark notes on this, so pause and check the screenshots if you want the full quote. What I said was, we have heard the KuCoin rumors and we are not taking any chances. More than likely they are just that, rumors. But with that being said, we do not want to take a chance. Even though these may be drastic circumstances, we are hyper vigilant about stuff like this. So I would rather have the money in our treasury wallet than anywhere else. Just know we are always on top of these things, and thank you to the community members that brought this up as well. And then it eventually led to this. I am pleased to confirm that 100% of our funds have been taken out of KuCoin. That goes for all of our coins, all of our USDC, and all of our USDT. Everything is now in the treasury wallet, and you can feel free to go check the treasury wallet on all of the different block explorers like Ethereum, Phantom, Avalanche, and Matic. Everyone can sleep easy knowing that we don't have any exposure to worry about, and have a fun holiday weekend to all of the United States citizens that will be celebrating the 4th of July. So we know how we responded. How did KuCoin respond? The first thing they did was not halt withdrawals, but then they came out with Twitter statements such as this. Beware of FUDs. Not sure who's spreading these sheer rumors and what their intentions are, but KuCoin does not have any exposure to Luna, 3AC, Babel, etc. No immense suffer from any coin collapse, no plan to halt withdrawals, everything on KuCoin is operating well. Now put yourself in their position, knowing what you know in what we just talked about. Market psychology, herd mentality, self-fulfilling prophecy, manifestation, etc. You are now the CEO of KuCoin. What would you do? And KuCoin even reacted by saying that legal actions may be taken against the people online who incited this online riot and bank run on KuCoin. And if you don't know what a bank run is, you literally just saw it on Terra Luna and UST, but here's what it is. It is basically when everybody runs to the bank to try to take all of their money out all at the same time. The bank doesn't have enough cash on hand to give everybody their money, and the bank has to shut down. So with all of that taking into account, what does the future hold for KuCoin? My guess is that the early adopters, the first withdrawers like myself and Wolfer Finance, will wait until the proverbial dust settles. My own group members brought these tweets up to me and said they think KuCoin will be okay, and my response was this. And I probably have a little credibility in saying this as a crypto institution founder and a business owner myself. That's exactly what I would say too if there was a bank run happening on my exchange. Let's let the dust settle and we will revisit. Believe half of what you see and even less of what you hear type stuff. Here is my 2 cents on how this unfolded. Was it true? We will never really know. Should you be safe and hyper vigilant? Absolutely. Will being safe and vigilant actually fulfill the prophecy for itself? It definitely could. This is a slippery slope that we tread and navigate, but all I can say is that I was not willing to bet $1 million worth of Wolfer Finance investor funds on a gut intuition that this wasn't true. Sometimes it is better to be safe than sorry, and in this market, that is especially true. I personally hope that KuCoin survives this bank run. Truly, they are an integral part of this cryptocurrency ecosystem, my personal portfolio, and Wolfer Finance in general. Everyone has to make their own decisions in the moment with the information that they have at hand. So I don't think a business like KuCoin would fault any of their customers for just playing it safe, even if it harmed KuCoin in the interim. I do believe they came out on the other side of this, will survive it, but I will be eagerly awaiting the conclusion on the sidelines until that proverbial dust settles. There's too much at stake, and only time will tell how this ends. So with that being said, if you liked this content, make sure you smash that like button for me. Make sure you hit subscribe. Boom! Bang on that notification bell. Comment anything that you want in the relevant sections. Thank you so much for showing up to the video. Thank you for the love and support. I hope to see you in the next one. Have a good day, everyone.